Hi, my name is Gibson, and I'm the creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video, and in this video, I'm going to take you through 5 key lessons that your parents should have taught you as a dismissive avoidant, and just really important like life lessons, perceptual shifts, things that can really help to like brighten your life and your experiences. So the first major lesson is that your emotions are safe to feel. A lot of dismissive avoidants spend so much time trying to repress their emotions, push away their emotions, not feel their emotions. And what they're doing is cutting off valuable feedback that they're getting all the time. Your emotions are only there as feedback loops. They're there to let you know when something is out of alignment. You have an unmet need, you're going to feel something negative. That's helping you course correct. It's helping you go inwards and be like, oh, I have an unmet need, so I can action that need being met, and then I'll feel better. Or your emotions are letting you know when you're telling yourself really painful stories, when you're personalizing things or saying, I didn't get the job interview because I'm not good enough. I'll never be good enough. And you're going down that rabbit hole of self-deprecating thought and belief pattern. And your emotions are there alerting you like alarm bells, like, hey, don't do that. This doesn't feel good. Pay attention, wake up, change the pattern. And so when we cut off our emotions, we cut off ourselves from receiving constant valuable feedback from the subconscious level. Number 2, vulnerability is courageous. It is not weak. I think a lot of dismissive avoidants have this idea that being vulnerable is weak. Are you kidding? Think of how scary it feels to be vulnerable. Like, it does not feel fun. It feels scary. And it's courageous to be able to open ourselves up. It's like, think of like somebody, if they just stay in their house forever and they're never going to leave. They just stay in, they don't go anywhere. You're not going to be like, oh, that person's so strong because they're just keeping themselves safe in there. And just, you're going to be like, no, that person's like not having the courage to go out and live life. And vulnerability sort of follows that same analogy. It's like we can keep ourselves all inside and buffer everybody out and put walls around and protect ourselves, but that's not us being strong. That's us literally absolving ourselves from taking action, to be courage, to be courageous, to be strong, to be empowered. And vulnerability, yes, you're going to get hurt sometimes when you're vulnerable, but if you live a more vulnerable life with people and you share and you open up and you connect and you do things outside of your comfort zone, you will get rewarded in many more ways than you will from the alternative. Just like if you go live life and you come outside of your house, yeah, something bad might happen from time to time, but do you want to live inside of your house just like trapped in there all the time? Or do you want to go outside and experience life, the good, the bad, the ugly, all the things, and grow and figure things out accordingly and keep living? So really, really important life lesson. Number 3, you don't get energy back from escaping yourself, but from nourishing yourself. This is something DAs do because unfortunately they had imprints where they were neglected. That becomes a subconscious comfort zone. Whatever our subconscious comfort zone, we bestow in the relationship to ourselves. So if I'm neglected in childhood, for example, then I'm going to neglect myself in my adult life because that's what my subconscious knows and what's familiar. And this doesn't nourish me. It might feel like it's self-soothing to like escape for 6 hours into a video game or into a reality television show or into whatever self-soothing mechanisms we developed as DAs. But although those things might have served in childhood when we didn't have emotional literacy, when we didn't have access to like tools or being able to set boundaries or have more independence and autonomy to do things and go out and build new relationships in life, we learned these coping mechanisms, and those coping mechanisms might have made us feel a little more comfortable and a little safer. Like it's easier if we feel neglected to escape into a video game for 6 hours as a kid. But in our adult life, escaping and continuously escaping ourselves and the relationship to ourselves does not serve us. It might keep us like here, like just kind of in the middle ground, and like it might keep us feeling okay, but it doesn't make us feel good. We don't get energy back. Like think of how you feel after you watch a television show for 8 hours. You're not like, yes, I feel so inspired for life and like so energized and so good and so clear on what I want to do. And I can't wait to live the rest of my day. You're like, oh, okay, I'll go to sleep. Like we're not getting energy back. So you have to find habits that you can take part in life that help you actually nourish yourself, show up for yourself, give yourself things that actually recharge you, whether it's like deep conversations, exercise, having some kind of like new hobby or sport or whatever it might be that we take on, things that allow us to explore and experience and enrich ourselves in terms of fulfillment and joy and understanding and awareness and knowledge and all these things that enrich our lives in general. Number 4, It might feel like you're giving something up by making compromises, but you're actually getting some of the greatest gifts that life has to offer. And this is through taking other people into consideration. It opens your heart, it rewards you, it connects you, it makes you feel like you can rely on other people too. And sometimes originally DAs, because they're so afraid of losing their independence and autonomy, because those are things that made you feel safe and protected growing up. Sometimes it's like, okay, I don't want to compromise because I don't want to give up any other part of myself. I already feel like my tank's running a little low. And it can be scary, but ultimately, like, making compromises and taking other people into consideration and, pushing yourself slightly outside of your comfort zone can be something that, like, truly makes a profound positive change into your life, brings it in. It, like, allows you to bond more deeply with others, connect. It feels good to, like, give and know that we're helping somebody and to contribute. It's actually one of our 6 basic human needs. And so we can feel rewarded, fulfilled from doing that. And it actually also reassures to our own subconscious mind, hey, you're safe. You're abundant enough to give your emotional energy, your mental energy, your support, your actions, whatever it is, you've got enough. And it actually helps us move outside of our comfort zone, feel more abundant, open our heart, and connect more to other people, and just feel safer in the world, believe it or not. And number 5, people don't know your needs by your actions. You have to communicate them. So this is such a powerful one, because DAs often find that, like, oh, if I just withdraw, people know that I needed X, Y, Z. But most people aren't so good at, like, reading between the lines with actions. They really want to hear what you have to say in words. And sometimes DAs, because they don't want to be criticized, they're quick to not criticize other people, which is quite nice and is coming from a good place. But sometimes actions can cut deep to others, just like words can cut deep to you. And so if you are the DA, and so it's really important to remember, like, hey, try to share what you're needing, be proactive about expressing a need or a boundary, explain it. And that will actually help bring a lot more harmony into your relationships and your life, and can be very, very beneficial. And sometimes we think, oh, withdrawing gives this message and people should get it, but it's not usually how other people sort of, like, understand things and take in information. And it can create, like, a lot more havoc in your relationships than you may realize. So it's a huge point of capacity to grow and expand. So hopefully this all makes a lot of sense. This is great work for dismissive avoidance, to pick, like, one task at a time and do a little bit of work on, and it will really help you feel better and experience life in a more fulfilled way. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to do a deeper dive into DA reprogramming stuff in general, reprogramming your relationship to vulnerability, your fears, having more harmonious relationships, communicating, all these different things, start with a dismissive avoidant reprogramming course inside PDS. There's a link in the description box below for a 7-day free trial. So you can literally start it for free, get really immersed in there. And there's a workbook. There's all kinds of supportive resources and tools that will teach you the basics much more deeply than I can just on a short video in this channel. So thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.